Hey everyone, Ash here. Just a heads up, this video will contain spoilers for Power Ranger Beast Morphers Season 2, so if you don't want to be spoiled, click away right now because these episodes, as of recording this video, have yet to air in the US. So if you don't want to be spoiled, click away right now because things are gonna get big. Anyway guys, with that said, enjoy the review and I hope you guys stick around for the video. Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is finally over. The Dino Team Up special has finally aired due to international spoilers. And was it worth the wait? Yes. Was it worth the hype? Yes. Did this episode meet my expectations and everything I wanted to happen? A bit of both, but this was definitely worth the wait. Like even though everything didn't go according to plan how I think it would happen, this is definitely a very good team up, and I would put it up there with To the 10th Power and the Zeo team up they did back in the day. I would definitely put this episode up there because holy crap, does a lot happen, and is it fan servicey having a legacy ranger, a legendary ranger return to the battlefield to be a ranger once again. And it's pretty freaking epic, I'll just say that much. Also, before we get into the review, smash that like button. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and makes more Power Ranger fans find me if they want to see this review and more Power Rangers related videos. So hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new for more Power Rangers related content. Your support is greatly appreciated and it means a lot to me. So, the grid connection, this episode, holy shit, does a lot happen in this episode. So the episode starts out with the Rangers getting a call from Keeper, and Keeper's like, hey, it's me again, remember me from last time? And they're like, hey, it's Keeper. And Keeper says, I had a vision, the Morphin grid told me that there's something bad gonna happen, a meteor will strike down and wipe out all the Power Rangers. And Devon's like, well, if it's not happening yet, I guess it's fine, and if something bad does happen, call me, because nothing bad's happening yet, and I want to go play video games, because I'm Devon. So, Devon kind of slacks off from his duties, and it does make him learn the lesson in this episode, saying he's got a lot to learn later down the line to be a better leader, because he hangs out with the OG leader in this episode, which we'll get to in a bit. We'll get to Jason showing up in a bit, so yeah, it is what it is. So after that, Devon leaves. The Rangers, the other Beast Morph Rangers, get a call from the Dino Charge dimension saying, we're under attack by Goldar Maximus and Snide and a bunch of putties and Vivics and tripods, whatever they're called. So they jump to the Dino Charge dimension and the Dino Charge Rangers get their asses handed to them. The boys that we see in this team up special get all their energems taken for plot reasons because they're going to be creating something with their energems. I thought they'd be making evil Rangers with it, like make evil clones of the Dino Thunder Rangers and Mighty Morphin teams because they're sort of the same colors they take, but that's not the case in this episode. So the Dino Charge Rangers lose their energems and they have to retreat because they're being under attack. Goldar Maximus is too much for them. Now I have to talk about Goldar Maximus because they didn't get Kerrigan back to voice him. It's the same guy that voices Fury who voices Goldar in this episode, which I have no problem with, except the guy voicing Fury doing the Goldar voice, I could be him. It could be wrong, but it sounds like Fury. Every line he shouts, it just sounds like he's like typing in capital letters. He's got caps locks on and he's just shouting all these lines. Like, he's so aggressive with every line he says. He doesn't like do a quiet voice as Goldar. Like, every line is he's shouting into the mic like this as the Goldar voice, which I've got nothing wrong with. Like, it's whatever direction he got told to do the voice, so it is what it is. But it's very different to Kerrigan's Goldar. Like, he sounds angry with every line he delivers, which it is what it is. I mean, you can't be mad at him. I mean, it's not the OG Goldar. You have to understand this is a totally different Goldar, not the Goldar we grew up with. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, the Rangers have to retreat in the Dino Charge dimension. They run for cover. Devon comes back to Grid Battle Force because while he's out on the motorbike, he gets out on cruise, riding cruise. Pause for a second. he gets hit by a meteor. So after he gets hit by a meteor, they come back to Grid Battle Force saying about the message they got from Commander Shaw, saying how the team is under attack and they're in the other dimension. And Devon's like, "Oh no, I don't know what to do. If only I listened. And we can't send out a message to other teams to come help us. What do we do?" And what they decide to do, they go to a Grid Battle Force tower to send out a message, and what they do is they use the meteor that Devon found as a disruptor, and what it does, it sends out a signal to Jason, and Jason appears from a portal. Now, I'm guessing Jason appeared from a portal because that's the distress signal he got, because he's probably somewhere on the other side of the world, probably chilling out in Angel Grove, doing whatever he's doing. So Jason arrives, and this moment here, seeing Jason appear in Power Rangers after 18 plus years since Forever Red, I wanted to cry, man. Like, I'm going to have a live reaction to Jason appearing in a couple of hours after I do this review, but Jason appearing in Grid Battle, like, in front of Devon, you see the old and the new, made me want to cry, man. Like, I got so emotional. Like, you see a big grin on my face, but I was crying on the inside with how epic this moment was, because it's everything I wanted. Like, seeing Austin St. John return is so cool, so cool. The direction that Austin got to act in this episode is a bit weird, because he's sort of, I like his performance, but when he first arrives, like, his line delivery is a bit weird in some of it, but either way, it's the OG Red Ranger. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, I just think some of his delivery lines in that tower was a bit weird, I'll just say that much, but either way, I enjoyed it. So, Jason and Devon, they jump into the Dino Charge dimension and they have a big reunion. It's a really nice reunion, and Jason comes up with a plan saying, "Hey, you guys, like Beast Morpher Rangers, you stay back here. Us Dino-related Rangers will attack from the front and do a charge." And this is where we get that awesome scene on the cliffside where they're like, "Hey, we'll attack them from here," and Jason confronts Goldar and is like, "Hey, if you're the original Goldar, hope you're tough as him, because he gave me trouble back in the day," which is a nice little callback. And Goldar's like, "Hey, there's only like 6 or 7 of you, what are you guys gonna do?" And Jason's like, "Well, you call that an army? This is an army." And he throws his power coin up into the air, and he summons the rest of the Mighty Morphin team minus Tommy, and the rest of the Dino Thunder team minus Brent and Tommy. So, not Brent, Trent and Tommy. I got that name wrong. But yeah, so he brings back the entire team, almost the entire team of Dino Thunder and of Dino Thunder and Mighty Morphin, and that's when you get this really epic team-up battle, mostly using Sentai footage, mostly using original footage, and it's pretty cool, because Snyder gets destroyed, Roxy gets destroyed, everyone can hold their own, and it's really, really awesome. Like, this fight is really, really epic. One complaint that everyone is probably going to be saying in my comment section about this episode, Jason did not get his own original morph. No one got their own original morph in this episode. Like Connor and that, they just appear out of the portal unmorphed. But it sucks that they didn't give Jason his own original morph sequence, because they did for Dino Charge a couple of episodes, but they didn't make one for Jason for some reason. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that would be extra filming, like doing the special effects and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people, I know a lot of fans are going to be upset that Jason didn't get his own original morph sequence, but it is what it is. I mean, we didn't get one, and a lot of people are probably going to ask me who voiced the Dino Thunder Rangers and the MMPR team. I don't know, because you don't hear them speak that much. You just hear a couple of hey R's and KR's, and you can't really tell. Connor did have a speaking line, and Kira did, and Ethan did, from what I remember watching that episode, because I'm so excited after just watching that episode. Connor did not sound like Connor. Like, I know it's been not 20 plus years, like 15 plus years since he appeared, but that did not sound like him. But then again, we don't know the credits in this episode, so we don't know who voiced who in this episode. I'm sure we'll find out later down the line, but it is what it is. It is what it is, and we get this epic Dino team up. They destroy the Foot Soldiers, they destroy Goldar. And then Evox's master plan appears, where he uses the Energems to create his own Zord, and it's this 6-headed Zord. I don't know what the name of it is, the Sentai. I think it's called like the Space God something, but that's what he creates. So he creates the Sentai footage of this Zord, and when it confronts Jason and the others, Jason has a cool line saying, "Whoa, I thought Serpentera was bad." I'm like, haha, nice callback. Even though Jason only met Serpentera like twice in his lifetime. And yeah, stuff like that. But boy, nice little MMPR reference where you say Jason talk about Serpentera and stuff like that. So after that, we then get the Sentai footage of the free Dinozord Battle plus the Beast Morpher Zord, not Beast Morpher Zord, the Dino Charge Zord fusing with the Beast X King Zord, I believe it is. They sort of form a fusion or something like that, and that is really cool. That is really cool indeed, because they form a Zord formation. Like, a lot of people are probably saying, oh man, I wish it was Mighty Morphin, but you have to remember, this team up was Go Busters and Kuroga, I believe, so yeah, it is what it is. So after that, the six-headed Zord is destroyed. Evox gets destroyed because he makes his own Zord and stuff like that. And then the day is saved, and Jason gives a big speech saying, you guys are pretty awesome. And Devin apologizes for not listening to the Morphin Grid because he was a bit over the top. He didn't listen and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where the episode ends. Like, everyone goes back home, Jason gives a speech, he fist bumps Devin and says, you guys are pretty good, Grid Battle Force is a new generation of Rangers we can trust, and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what to say, because this episode is so great. So anyway, folks, that's my review or recap or discussion of the Grid Connection. Is this the best team-up episode we've gotten so far? I want to say yes, it's pretty high up there. I mean, it's pretty high up there with the 2 to the 10th power and the Grid Connection and Reinforcements from the Future. I mean, it's pretty high up there with those team-up episodes. I mean, I wish there was more of Jason, because he sort of came in during the second act and the third act, but I kind of wish there was more Jason, but it is what it is. But either way, this is just my childhood dream coming true, just seeing Austin St. John back on the screen after 18 plus years, coming back to Power Rangers. I mean, it's pretty freaking cool. We had a lot of episodes leading up to this team up, which was also really cool. I mean, we had basically a whole arc, if you count the Gavin stuff, with the Grid Battle Force Vault and the Finders Keepers episode and stuff like that. Like, the Gavin stuff all led up to this episode with the build up and stuff like that, which was really, really freaking cool, and I really did enjoy it. Like, the Grid Battle Force Vault actually played a role in this episode, because they used it to power up the Dino Charge Rangers, which is really cool. So yeah, this episode was definitely, like, a lot of writing was really well done for this episode. Like, it was handled really, really well, and I did enjoy it. Like, this is probably up there with one of my favorite episodes of Power Ranger Beast Morphers, apart from what airs so far. Like, this episode is pretty high up there, and this episode is probably going to be one episode that fans are going to be talking about for ages. I haven't checked social media what everyone has said about the episode, but I think a lot of people are satisfied from who I follow on social media, who are Power Ranger YouTubers and Power Rangers personalities and stuff like that. I think they're pretty satisfied with the episode. Don't quote me on that, but from what I've heard, I think a lot of people are pretty happy with this episode. I mean, I am, so yeah. So tell me what you guys thought of the episode in the comment section down below. I love to hear your thoughts. I love to hear your opinions. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Take care. All that good stuff. Bye.